It is said that the morning comes whether you set the alarm or not. That is to say that some people dream of success while other people wake up every morning to make it happen. My name is Sandra Akbosu and you are watching Morning Echo right here on Wonderland Television where enthusiasm is the word. It is so delightful to be gracing your screen this morning, and I'm here to talk to you on a very, very important topic, which is the impact of social media on mental health. Yes, it's a very general topic that has been on the lips of everyone, but today I'm going to be having a professional in our studio, in our midst today, who's going to be talking to us and digesting this impact of social media on mental health to you. We'll be getting on a short break, and when we come back, Morning Echo continues. In this Morning Echo right here on Wonderland Television. And today is a very interesting topic on the program, which is the impact of social media on mental health. I will not be doing this alone. I have here with me, seated already in the studio, I call her Coach Didi. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Coach Didi is a personal development coach. She's a mental health professional counselor, a corporate trainer, a performance consultant, a motivational speaker, and a mentor. I'm so delightful to have you in the studio here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you. So I want to ask you the mental health, our topic, the impact of social media on mental health. What is the general conception between the social media and mental health?
Yeah, most people believe that mental health, social media has a very negative impact on mental health, but they forget that it also has a positive impact on mental health because social media helps to create connection. It has really enhanced connection. People are connected more. Today we talk about the world being a global village. It is because social media has made the world one place. You can be here and talk to someone in any part of the world. I remember when Facebook came up, and we were so excited because my friends from secondary school I never thought I would ever see or talk to again. I saw them, they had grown, we all had kids. It was fantastic. So social media does have a positive impact. People's businesses are booming. You know, advertisement is much cheaper now because all you have to do is get your product, take a picture, put it out there, get reviews, and then you don't have to work as hard as we used to. So it does have some good parts of it. And of course, in everything, it has some good parts and it has some negative parts. So one of the negative, some of the negative impacts of social media is there's this unhealthy comparison.
Yes.
Very unhealthy comparison, this unrealistic outlook of life, especially with young people. Even my youngest son, one time when he was about 40, was in the day, I'm going to blow. And the blowing was, I just couldn't understand it because when I was 15, I never thought of blowing. I thought of working hard and earning something. And that's the problem we have with social media, because our kids go on social media, they see people that have so-called made it, who flaunt this wealth, who flaunt cars. Hush Puppy, for example.
Oh.
Everybody was crazy about Hush Puppy. Young people were looking up to him. Nobody knew what he was doing for a living, but they didn't care. So this is some of the reasons. And then, of course, it again lowers self-esteem.
Yeah.
Many young people are suffering from anxiety and depression because of social media. Body shaming. And then this misinformation. One person can create something that's untrue and it will spread like wildfire.
Very true.
And to burn everything on its course. So we have young people who spend their day addicted. There's a lot of addiction to social media. You know, earlier we were talking about it. Addiction doesn't necessarily mean, you wake up in the morning, or you can't see, you can't. No, addiction is the fact that honestly, we are all addicted. I am also addicted to social media. Why? Because I wake up in the morning, after prayer, first thing, check my social media handle. Okay, is it growing? Is it not growing? Then any minute we sit, we pick up our phones.
Oh, we start thinking,
what do I need to do? And then that also has created social isolation. We are all seated in one place, yet nobody is talking to the other. We are all on our phones. So it has enhanced connection. At the same time, it has also severed connection. You see parents are sitting, kids are sitting in the sitting room, and everyone is on social media. We no longer actually have conversations. So that's something. And then bullying, cyberbullying is so rampant on social media. And people have lost lives because of this.
Yes,
people
definitely.
have committed suicide because of social media, because of cyberbullying. So these are some of the things. And then I actually shudder to think about it. Well, what do we do? Right? But it's real. It's real. And especially with not just young people, believe me, it's everyone.
It's everyone.
You see this unrealistic expectation of self because of what we see on social media? That's one of the major causes. Because it causes stress.
Unnecessary stress, actually.
An underlying cause of most mental health illnesses is chronic stress. Hence the connection between social media.
You want the fear of belonging. You want to belong to this certain. You want to wear this latest clothes and all that. That has really caused a lot of people mental health issues. And people feel like this mental health issue is just I'm protecting my mental health. You know, there's a when they say I'm protecting my mental health, but they don't really understand what mental health is all about. So I want you to explain to us, our viewers, what it means, what mental health really means. Because a lot of people are having different kind of perception of what mental health is. Any little thing, I'm protecting my mental health. Any little thing, I'm protecting, without really knowing what mental health is all about. What exactly are you protecting?
Well, mental health simply is how we think, how we feel, and how we behave. That's why most times I go like, hello, my name is Coach Didi, and I have mental health issues. And people go like, oh, I say, yeah, I do, because I think, I feel, and I behave. It's how you relate to people. It's how you make choices, how you make decisions. It's also whether or not you are productive in society. So you see, it's how you manage stress too with your mental health. I say all the time, you cannot be alive and not have stress.
Exactly.
No matter how spiritual you are, you have stress.
Everybody must go through.
Everybody must have stress. So it's not about the stress, it's how you manage the stress. So that's basically mental health. But most people think it's madness. You know, we have psychosis, what we call madness. It is a mental health disorder, but that's not the only thing that's mental health. Anything that affects the way you think, feel, and behave, and how it affects the way you make decisions, relate with other people, and whether or not it affects how you are productive in society, is a mental health problem. So that's something as small as this pen now. You see this your pen? If this your pen is causing me pain, so okay, I cannot sleep, I cannot eat, I cannot function. How much is a mental health problem for me? So it's as simple as that. That's why you can't say what is a mental health problem for you may not necessarily be for me. We can have the same experience, and you can just like shrug it off and move on. Maybe your ability, the resilience to bounce back is much stronger than mine.
Yes.
While the same experience we've had, it will affect me badly. I will not be able to function as a person. So it does happen.
And you see a lot of people condemning those who cannot manage stress properly. They condemn them to a point whereby they become depressed.
Yes.
And they can't even manage themselves anymore. So this brings me to the next one. The pressure of the present social media. How does it affect people's mental health right now? The present social media.
But like I said, it's different for different people. First of all, as a person, how we see the world affects how we actually view social media.
Mm-hmm.
There's, like I said earlier, there's something I can see people on social media who are supposed to have blown.
Who are supposed to have blown?
They have money, they have
But
cars,
they're not blown.
and they are blowing money.
Money.
This what's this guy been who there is lonely at the top. There's this one I've been hearing about social media.
Lonely at the top. It's everywhere.
What's his name again? This
By Ashake.
Yeah, Ashake. So you see, these are things young. I'm not saying. I'm just giving an example. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So they see people doling out money. Now one person can say, see people, see money, miserable. Me, I don't have it, and then they begin to feel less and less and less.
You want to belong.
You want to belong, and you don't have it, and you don't know what these people are doing, the work they put to get that money. And see, sometimes I've had people go and rent dollars and just showcase it.
And just showcase it, yes, and just take pictures.
So you don't even know whether it's real or not. Now another person can actually see that dollars and say, oh my God, I have to work harder. What do I need to do? Do I go back to school, work harder, get more degrees, get a skill to earn that money?
You start thinking, you start putting yourself on unnecessary stress, anxiety, sleepless nights, because you want to belong, because you're seeing somebody is wearing the latest Zupsipis and naughty. The person is carrying, as you said, dollar. You don't know that the person is
Going to rent it
going to buy and rent
or
it.
maybe it's even fake. You can actually get fake. You can take, not a picture.
It's actually fake. Now there's a lot of fake, even fake naira now. There's a fake pounds, fake dollar, everything is fake. So that brings me to the next question. I say, how can we use social media in raising awareness for mental health in a positive light?
I think just that. When we have more programs like this that talk about social media coming from a place of empathy, like you said, people go through different things and how people manage it is different for everyone. So if we are quick to condemn people, the stigma, you see, the reason why many people do come out and say they are not doing well is because of the stigma attached to it. So if we have more conversations in a safe space to make people feel you're not alone.
Yes.
Everybody does have problems. There are days you wake up and honestly you feel miserable. You feel the whole world is on your shoulders. You don't want to go out. You don't want to even take a bath. Hasn't it happened to you? It does happen.
It has happened.
Thank you. So you see, when we make these conversations normal, there's a popular slogan in mental health. It is okay not to be okay. So that people say, okay, so it's not just me. I thought I was the only one having a problem. I thought I was the only one going through hard times. No, other people are going through it as well. So if we have more conversations, people will understand that it's not just me. There are other people, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's just we should talk about that more often.
And you know, I really connect with what you're saying. Is when people are able to connect with you on a certain issues, they become more comfortable. They become more relaxed. They have this self-reliance in them that, okay, listen, it's not just only me going through it, other people are also going through it, and there's a better way to handle issues. Now, this brings me to my next question, by saying that how do you think we can mitigate the negative effects of social media on mental health? How can we mitigate it?
Okay, one of the things we can do is like I said earlier, apart from creating awareness, is we should take responsibility. If you take responsibility for what you do on social media, and I take responsibility for what I do, what I say on social media, I think it goes a long way. People go behind the keyboard and write all kind of nasty things to other people without caring about the consequences and how it affects the other person. So if we use social media responsibly with empathy, which is basically emotional intelligence, put yourself in other people's shoes. What you type, what you're saying to that person, would you like it if somebody says it to you? Would you? If you wouldn't like it, then do it to someone else.
You know, young people have a way of saying that, oh, we have freedom. It is my right to write whatever it is I want to write. It's my right. It's a right to speech.
Yeah.
The freedom to write and all that. Now, that's why we have the issue of fake news. If there's a way all these things can be mitigated, all these things can be controlled, how much you type. Because I remember when a certain president of a certain country posted something on social media, and it was a hate speech about, I think, a certain group of people, and what they did was they just blocked down this account. That's to tell you that you can't just write something because you have a social media account and you just feel like, okay, the right to speech, or the freedom of speech, thank you very much, the freedom of speech, or the freedom to write whatever it is just there. Now, how do we talk to parents and schools on the use of social media How do we promote all these things? How do we educate our parents? How do we educate school? Because a lot of parents do not understand what mental health is all about. The impact of social media on mental health to their children. They're not even observant. So what are those signs that parents and even schools, teachers should watch out for in their children to see if they're going through certain things that are negative on mental health?
First of all, the thing about freedom of speech is your freedom or your right to speech ends where mine begins.
Mm.
So you have, yes, freedom of speech, but it ends where my own freedom begins. So you have a right to speak, but you also I have a right for you not to say anything that hurts me. Now about parents, that's why I've been having this program. I do mental health awareness for schools during PTA meetings.
Mm.
Because you're right, many parents don't even know what mental health is. So
They
how can
don't.
you talk about something, or how can you even experience or teach someone what you don't know? But the thing is, like I said again, mental health awareness is something. But it's not something you can get out in the blues. It has to be something you learn. But again, as parents, the truth is parents have shifted the bulk of education to schools. We are all busy and I understand that. But parenting is hard work. It doesn't come with a manual, unfortunately, but it is hard work and it needs you to be intentional. So creating that balance between work and life is super important. Most parents are too busy to even have a conversation with their kids. That is why kids go through things parents don't even know, because they can't remember the last time they actually sat and actually looked their kids in the eyes and had a conversation. So it's all about you as a person. You see, everything I do, I always talk about taking responsibility. Because I feel the first step to any kind of change is you and me. If we take responsibility for our role as parents first, what kind of parent am I? What am I impacting on my children? As a parent, I'm the mirror of my children. What do they see? Who do they see? Because they become what they see. Our kids learn more from what we do than what we say. So we have to be able to emulate that person we want them to be that role model for them. So it starts within ourselves. Learn more.
Wow, this is a very, very interesting topic, the impact of social media on mental health. And Coach Didi here has been dishing out some real facts, real facts on this topic. We'll be going more. We want a short break and we'll come back. Morning Echo continues.
Social media itself have so many effects, and I think if I should start, one amount, the effect of social media is that it corrupts the mind of children, not just children, it also corrupts the minds of adults. But let me start with children. Nowadays, you see children misbehaving because they are copying some lifestyles that are being portrayed out in the social media. For instance, you see ladies trying to emulate some of those big stars. You understand? Like the some of the boys, you see them sagging, putting their trousers down. It's as a result of social media. They watch some of those stars, some of those musicians. You understand? And I think that is many amounts, so many effects of social media. They said what have advantage also have a disadvantage. Social media, in other words, have its own advantages. It opens our mind to so many things we don't know. You understand? For instance, let me go to TikTok. TikTok, whenever you are so bored, you go to TikTok, you see people doing so many funny things to attract they do so many funny things to make you laugh, forget your days, you understand? Then when you talk about Facebook, Facebook is also a social media. It's an avenue where it connects different people. Your far back friends, you don't have their contacts, but in as much as you have them as friends in Facebook, you can view them.
Market or business takes you far, take you far and wide. Yeah. The
Yeah.
bad effect is that like what I'm passing through now, it can stop you. It's addictive. It can keep you in a place, and before you know it, you're on social media like the whole day. Yeah. So I think that's
Today, there is nothing you cannot find via social media. There's absolutely nothing as far as knowledge is concerned, as far as knowing the society you are living is concerned, as far as interacting with individuals in one society and another is concerned. So it has reduced the cost of living itself if you actually make use of it judiciously for the advantage of you as individual and the advantage of the society. There are a lot of things you do in social media. You can bear me witness during the about 2-3 years ago, during the COVID-19 era, where virtually the whole world was shut down. Social media has become an avenue in which a lot of people transact businesses. They've done a lot of things to their advantages, and some have not even felt the impact of the COVID-19 because of the usage of social media. However, in today's world, you see that some people deploy this forum for other things, which is detrimental to the upbringing of the younger ones, detrimental to the development of the society itself, where you employ social media to throw in information that are negative, where you use social media to throw in information that will cause nervous shock to individual, even though they perhaps don't know the implication of those things. But on the whole, you see that it is to some is negative, but as far as I'm concerned, social media advantages outweigh the disadvantages.
Welcome back from the break. If you're just tuning in, this is Morning Echo right here on Wonderland Television. And I have here with me is Coach Didi, who is a personal development coach, mental health professional counselor, corporate trainer, a performance consultant, motivational speaker, and a mentor. I really love the last part, a mentor. A mentor, because everybody needs a mentor in their lives. A positive mentor, actually. There are mentors that are not actually mentoring. I don't know if that's the right word to use. Okay, we'll be talking about the impact of social media on mental health, and you've been telling us about real fact about this whole issue, how to what mental health is and how we can use our social media better. That is taking responsibility, taking accountability for what we do, what we write on our social media. It's very important. Now, I want to ask now is, how has the rise of social media affected the way people communicate and connect with each other in real life better?
Unfortunately, We communicate less now.
Yes.
We communicate less now. We do more of the social media things, sending DMs, sending WhatsApp. Because I'll give myself an example. I have family members that I haven't talked to in a very long time. Because somehow,
you chat with them
yes,
on
I chat with
WhatsApp.
them. Because somehow I feel by chatting with them, we're actually communicating and we're actually, in their lives. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And I realize that people I've met on social media, they've been chatting over time, that I forget that I've never really met them in real life.
Mm.
We've gotten so close on social media, but I have never seen them. But honestly, I don't even remember that because it doesn't just come up. I don't know whether that has happened to you.
Yeah, it happened
There
to
are
me
people,
separately.
I have met so many people on social media and we've become
Friends.
But I really don't know this person. I don't even know because I don't know whether the face behind the face there is the real one.
Is the real one.
And that's the sad part of it. And then at the same time, it also make it easier because we all now have family groups. Don't you have family groups?
We have
Everybody now has family groups. So it has made communication easier. Now you want to post something, you can just get all members of your family. This is it, and something you want to plan party, you want to plan wedding. It has made it quite easier.
You don't have to travel from one location to another to meet somebody and just communicate. Now, the social media has helped us to navigate our discussions effectively and efficiently.
And we don't have Zoom.
We even have Zoom in case we
actually have a
really
video
want
call.
to see.
Yeah,
Yes,
WhatsApp call. So honestly, it has made it a little easier. Really.
it has really made things easier. Now, how can we use our social media? How can one be held? I think it should be better put. How can one take responsibility on our social media in this mental health? How can we advocate it better?
Well, I think again, it still starts with yourself. You can advocate it better first by acknowledging it. Acknowledge the fact that it's okay not to be okay. Acknowledge the fact that there are people out there who are not doing okay. And our culture of silence that makes us feel this village people mentality, we don't want them to be happy, that makes people mask their pain, that hold it all in. We can also talk about things like that. It's not healthy. It's been said by psychologists that when you talk about your problem, there is a hormone that's released in your brain that makes you feel a tiny little better.
But what if the person is not worth talking to? You can't share your problem with the next person, especially, and this has to do with family members, because family members play a very key role in the issue of mental health. Yeah. You see some family members who throw shade to their loved ones, who
Emotionally abused.
yes, they do all those
It
kind
does
of
happen,
things.
yeah.
So how do we talk to those kind of people?
You know the thing about, like I think I mentioned it earlier. You do the best you can. You talk. There are some people that you see when they say block, there is like block. There are some people like that. You have to know the difference. You do your part. Your part is to talk. I don't like the way you make me feel. That's most important. Talk about how you feel. People like that usually invalidate how you feel. And it's a small thing you're doing like this. There are people like that. When you
Get
know
over
them,
it.
yeah, when you know them, avoid them. That's all. You cannot make people do or see things the way you see it. The best you can do is show them how you want it to be. Ask them to do it that way. If they don't, until leave them waka pass. You cannot force it. You cannot force it. If
Wow.
someone is toxic in your life, auntie, waka.
Just move on.
Move on. Stay away from
Avoid
that.
the
Have
person.
have less contact with that person as much as possible.
Possible.
There are some people that you cannot even have too much less because maybe perhaps you live with that person. Still, avoid the person as much as possible. And then grow a thick skin. Talk to yourself. You see this psychotherapy? You see affirmations. Talk to yourself. So that your mind will repel any negativity that comes from that person. See, when you come from a place of empathy, let me tell you what I do. When I meet people that I feel are toxic, I come from a place of empathy. I say, this person, maybe something traumatic has happened to his or her life that has made her such a toxic person and a mean person. So it helps me, instead of being angry with the person, I come from a place of empathy. God help, may God heal you. I don't have to, of course, you don't say tell the person that now because you generate another problem. But you just say it in your mind, may God heal you. So each time this person says something negative, you don't flare up. Believe me, you don't flare up. You just go in your mind and say, sorry. So for me, I found it really, because it's a healthy coping mechanism. I have heard of people who have gone through emotional distress that have led into drugs. So much pain.
They found comfort in doing drugs.
And other unhealthy coping mechanisms. So we have to find healthy coping mechanisms to manage the people in our lives. There are some people that you cannot wish away. You cannot wish them away. They are part of you. So find a healthy way to cope. And one of the best things to do is to come from a place of empathy for them.
That's the best thing. That's the best thing to do. Also, do you think that there's any potential benefit of social media?
Plenty. Are we not here?
Yeah.
Well, YouTube. It's not YouTube. Well,
YouTube.
so you see, it has benefits. It has enhanced connection. It has enhanced publicity. Businesses have grown because of social media. So there are good things about social media. See, social media is a tool. It is how you use it
That matters.
that matters. You want to use it for good, you will use it for good. You want to use it for evil, you will use it for evil. So it's up to you.
It's up to you. This has been a very interesting conversation right here on Morning Echo on the topic, the impact of social media on mental health. For our viewers who are watching us right now and who won't follow you, ask you more questions, what is your social media handle?
I'm on Instagram as Coach Didi, CoachDiddi. Coach Didi, painfully dedicated. You see one woman, I think I'm wearing a pink veil, I really like this. That's why I'm always more something.
I think that's a very swagalicious. It was when I saw the profile, and I was like, this man has swaggle. Oh, Podju. We have to represent very well. Honestly, I must really say I have learned so much from this topic, and I'll definitely do better. Take responsibility and take accountability. That is the most important thing. From everything that was said today, taking responsibility and accountability is very, very important. And if you can do that, and talking and showing empathy, it's a very, very important thing. Well, I hope you guys were able to learn one or two things from today's episode on the impact of social media right here on Morning Echo Wonderland Television. Till I come your way next time, I remain Sandra Akwaso.